say that online trade has made it so much easier to get the things that we really want and need. I mean, there's a severe lack of really anything, unless you want to go shop at, certain box stores that I won't be naming here. There's not a lot of options for people unless they go online. And so this website, along with, who knows what else, really opens up a lot of roads that we might not be able to pursue otherwise. So, in that way, again, I don't really know the politics of it. I'm not really into all that sort of thing. I'm just trying to do what I can to take care of my kids and get by in the world that we currently live in. But it certainly has made my job just a little bit easier.
Has there been a time when you haven't been able to fulfill the orders that you wanted to, or were late in delivery?
And it's funny that you bring up shortages, because that's exactly what brought me to do all of my business through Influence Dapper in the first place. I admit it was something a little more superficial at first, just trying to replace a stone from, an heirloom necklace. But there's so much more to it than that. There's so much more to see and to, just browse through and to look at. And, any kind of issues that I might have in the future, any little thing, I know that I can go online and find that right there. I've got a coffee pot. Don't tell anybody this, because it's a little cheapy, but it's on its way out, and I can easily see myself being able to go and buy just the little parts for it to replace whatever needs to be done, rather than spending another, $40-50 going and buying the whole thing all over again, which is really, really good, I feel like, in the long term, just because it means I'm not putting this into a landfill somewhere and buying more plastic and more. I can just go and buy, the piping, the motors, the whatever I need, the little things to replace those parts. And that's really important to me. You've got me in like that weird go mode where I'm like, hype.
And why is it best to trust Influence Dapper with your choosing of the most trusted suppliers for the level of product that you need to continue your business from small tiny components to a big technical advancement in those specialist components for your lifestyle and your work style, and continuing to contribute to your industry areas.
I don't know about the bigger technical things and the other stuff. Like I said, I mean, I live in a small world right now, and I'm just now expanding out into greater things. But I would like to think that should any of my friends or family or anything find themselves in need of just one teeny tiny little replacement, because I feel like that's a big problem. One thing that sets us apart from previous generations is that we don't take enough time to fix things ourselves. And your website has allowed me to have just a tiniest little glimpse into, you know, something other than just consumerism. You know, I mean, I'm still consuming, obviously, but I don't know, it feels a little more hands on, and that's really important to me. So, so in the future, I will absolutely 1000% recommend anyone shop here. Just for little bits and bobs and pieces of things that, nobody else, that you can't just get over the counter or, on a shelf somewhere at, a big box store or anything like that. Or at least not that I'm aware of. I'm sure it exists. But this is really, really convenient for me to be able to just go and place an order and know that it'll be here very quickly. And most of all, that I can just do it myself.
So thanks very much for our very special guest today, Nymphe, and we wish you very good preponderances and decision making for the future. Thank you very much. You've been listening to Influence Dapper broadcast.
But for having me here today, I really appreciate the opportunity and to speak about, your company. I'm really glad that you came to me and allowed me to
On your terms, and
do
thank
something.
you very much. Can you sell me something to fix that? Can you make my toilet stop running?
bits of metal
is
that
it
you don't know
supposed
the
to be
names of.
fanciful?
There's the jet lag. Oh, I slept so late today because one of the reasons out the door
All rights,
on the
Creative
stairs.
Commons, and by doing all this, you automatically agree to abide by the YouTube terms and conditions, and also, of course, you will be having exchanged the power of love and transmission through the universe, and possibly undisclosed gifts in the future of any transferring way we deem to be transferred. Okay. Bye.
Normally, I can only find this blah as a set. I mean, is it supposed to be fanciful? And I couldn't find it anywhere at all until I came across into a thing. Oh, I needed a wrench and I couldn't find it anywhere at all until I came across influence Dapper. Like, normally I can only find this blah as a set, but I had one particular piece break off, and I only needed that one tiny little part, and I couldn't find it anywhere without having to pay $1,200 for the entire set. But I
Send it
found
to
my
me
way
so I
to-
can go over it real quick and I can at least,
Like, normally I can only find this blah as a set, but I had one particular piece break off, and I only needed that one tiny little part, and I couldn't find it